Alright guys,
Go home when you go.
I'm ready to do this.
The guy's fixing to do a video, so you gotta be quiet.
Alright guys, today I'm going to do a cooking video. On our blog we have a cooking section, and we haven't done anything with it yet. So, I'm going to smoke some ribs. You ready to smoke some ribs? Yes. So, first I'm going to do the rub. And these measurements do not have to be precise. You can do whatever you want. This is the way I do it. I do equal parts black pepper, paprika, and salt. These are the three main ones. So I do these equal parts. I'm just going to use this tablespoon to get them equal. 1 tablespoon of pepper. 1 tablespoon of paprika. 1 tablespoon of salt. I'm going to go ahead and stir this up just a little bit. I may need to adjust this to get the quantity that I want. Now then, I'm going to use a little bit of cumin. Probably going to use about half tablespoon. About half. Then, these 2 ingredients are for a little bit of heat. You can use this whatever heat consistency you like. I'm probably going to do maybe a 1/3 tablespoon cayenne pepper. Then I'm just going to eyeball this. This is red pepper flakes. Just do what you like. Mix this up again. A little more. Now then, I've got it a little bit, but I want a little bit more for this. I'm doing 1 rack of ribs, so all I'm going to do is top it off a little bit. About half a tablespoon. Half a tablespoon. Half a tablespoon. That should be enough for 1 rack of ribs. So just stir it up good. And that's going to be my rub for my ribs. Now you could do dry ribs or you can do wet ribs. I'm going to actually do some wet ribs this time, but I'm still doing a rub on it. And I'm going to go outside and I'm going to show you what I do. I got a new grill. It's the first time I'll be smoking ribs on it, so it'll be a learning curve for me, but pretty much all the same basic things. Alright, I'm going to do this outside just because it's be a little bit easier to do it out here. There's more room. And I don't want to get any mess in my camper. So, and it's a little bit windy out here, so I apologize. So bear with me. Here's what we got. Pork spare ribs. I'm going to take it out of the package. I'm going to trim it up. There's a skin on the back you got to take off. I'm going to show you how to do that. So I came out here, I've got some mustard, got my rub, a sharp knife. I'm going to get a butter knife And I've got plenty of paper towels. Alright, I had to go back in and get my butter knife. Let's start. Also a couple extra trash bags. Well, that's actually 2 racks. I didn't realize I had 2 racks. Oh well. I'm gonna do a little bit of trimming on this. Alright, here's where the butter knife comes in. Butter knife and paper towel. So you can take this skin here off. This fat layer. Get a good chunk of this out. And this paper towel will give you a little bit of grip to pull this off. I'm going to take this off because it hinders your spices from getting in there. It don't have to be perfect though. Just do what you can. Alright, now you pull this off. Just get as much of this off as we can. Alright, so here's what we got. Trimmed it up. Just got a little bit more fat we want to get off on this side. To make this a good even cook. So in the end, this is about what we look like. Get a little more of this stuff here off. And that's about it for the trimming. Alright, here's where we're at. I'm going to do these what they call St. Louis style, which means you square it up, rectangle it up. All you're going to do is make it nice and pretty rectangle. So, come in here, you feel where your bones are at, about right here. And you're going to cut through here. Like I said, be careful not to chop your fingers off. I think the knife could have used a little bit of a sharpening. I'm actually going to save a little bit of this and just cook this to the side. This right here is good meat, so just save it to the side. Right here. I should have had a better knife for this. going to go ahead and throw that away because that's got a lot of bones in it. And we're going to come over here to the back side and just rectangular it. Alright guys, here's what we got. I'm only going to do one rack of ribs, but it's all squared up. I got it trimmed the way I want it, all the fat's off. What I'm going to do next is some mustard. It won't taste mustardy. All the mustard is doing is helping the rub stay on. So, rub this in. Get it all along the edges. I'm going to get it in there all nice and good. Flip it over. Do the other side. When you get done doing this, make sure you wash that mustard bottle with soap. The back side is not really as important as the top side. Is your brother alright?
Baba, come back here.
So,
Come back here. Don't go any farther.
right.
I'll get him.
Clean my hands up a little bit. So I'm going to start dusting the back side first. Get it over there all evenly. That's about good for the back side. And what I actually do is let that sit for just a couple of minutes. Let it kind of set in. Let the mustard soak it in. So I'm going to pause the video and we're going to do the top. Alright, I'm going to flip it over and do the other side now. Same thing, just spread it out evenly. Alright, that's good. I'm going to do the same thing and just let it sit here for just a couple minutes. Let that settle in. Alright, after this step, what I'm going to do is put this in a trash bag. A clean trash bag. See if I can do this. Some of this rub's going to come off and that's just fine. It's a little bit windy out here, so this is going to be a little bit difficult.
Oh, come on. There we go.
I'm going to set that to the side. I'm going to tie it up, and then what I'm going to do is let it sit out here outside at room temperature for about half an hour. A lot of people will put this in the refrigerator overnight at this stage, which is good, but I don't have the space for it and I don't have the time for it, so this works just well. And what you want to do is you want to let your meat, whether it be steak or ribs or anything, you want to actually let it sit out for half an hour to an hour to get close to room temperature. It cooks better that way and it tastes better in the end.